In this video, I'm going to show you how in 3 simple steps you can get any dog or puppy to stop pulling on the leash and start walking next to you in a beautiful heel in as little as 10 to 15 minutes. Let's get into it. All right, so before we get started, let me introduce you. This is Mr. Bubba. He's a 5-month-old Italian Mastiff, aka Cane Corso, and we're going to be showing you in this video in about 10-15 minutes how he's going to go from completely not paying attention to us to walking perfectly in a beautiful loose leash heel to our left, what we call a cheater's heel. 3-step process. So just kind of show you where he's at, and I want you to pay attention to before we get started. How much is he paying attention to me? Because we're going to fix that. How close is he in that heel position? Because he ain't. How much sniffing on the ground is he doing? A lot. And none of this is great. Yes, when he's free, he can do all of that. But when he becomes 120, 130 plus pounds, he is not going to be pleasant to walk whatsoever. If he sees something he wants, if he smells something he wants to eat, it's going to be a lot of muscle to get him to not do that. In other words, even at 5 months old, my kid can't walk him. He's not fun to walk. It only gets worse from here. So you have to ask yourself, when should you fix this? Now. When should you train your puppy? Now, or yesterday would be even better. So there's no better time to start than right now, and that's exactly what we're going to show you. So he just got into our program. We're going to fix his walk right now. So 3-step process. Let's get into the first step. The first step is just simply paying him for being in position. It's a game of engagement. So the engagement's going to be, I'm going to let him know, basically flash the cash. He's got to be hungry, and we're just using his food, y'all. It's no special treats. If he's in the sweet spot, he gets paid. What's the sweet spot? My left-hand side. Now, step 2. At some point, something out here is going to be more exciting, more interesting than me or the food I may or may not have on me. So when that happens, we're going to need to correct him. But I don't want to just correct him and clobber him with heavy corrections on a leash. By the way, he won't understand what those corrections are. So we have to prep him for the correction, and something we use internally here, the phrase or the saying is a correction with direction. So what is that going to look like? What I'm going to do is I'll wait till he's kind of disengaged from me, and I'm going to give him a little tap on the leash. How hard? It depends on your dog. He's actually a little softer, but we're going to tap and then walk back and say, when I tap you on the leash, I'm not mad at you. It just means I have food for you. It just means you should probably get to me on my left-hand side where you're gonna get paid. It's not a death sentence, you're not in trouble, it's not a punishment. Now we're gonna try to get this whole thing done on a flat collar, or in this case, this Martingale flat collar, but I'm a realist. He probably is gonna need the prong collar, not just today, but definitely in the future. Now, some of you be like, well, why would you ever use a prong collar on a 5-month-old puppy? Because we wanna prepare him for it, because we know we're going to need it in the future. Better to prepare him for it and introduce it to him really lightly and gently before he actually needs it, so that the day when it comes, when he actually needs that power steering, that power brakes, those Brembo brakes, which is what the prong collar brings, he's already ready for it. He's not stressed out by it. We're not bringing it in as a hammer. We bring it in as something beautiful and pleasant. Let me actually show you that right now. A lot of talking. Let's start doing. So prong collars here, same thing, available on our website. We only use and buy and provide the best. This is a Hermspringer 2.25, and it also has our custom-made buckle that makes putting it on and off easy peasy. Now, we actually have this prong oversized on purpose. Why would you do that? Because I want it a little loose. I don't need really sharp brakes, so to speak. I don't need to be where I tap the brake and it's applying full brake. I want it to be easy so that when I introduce it for the first time, it's not so significant, so hard, so powerful. We were going to introduce it. We usually say on a scale of 1 through 10 on a little half. Watch the half happen. Tap. I'm not mad at you. He didn't die. He goes, wait. Let me get this straight. You tap me on the prong collar. Tap. It means I get paid. Tap me more, please. Show me the tap. All right. That's how we introduce it. And now's probably a great time to tell you, this is not the only thing we teach here on our channel. So if you're interested in learning how to train your dog or puppy to be the best that they can be, subscribe to our channel. We have the best dog training videos on the internet available on our YouTube platform, also on our DIYcanine.com platform, where we show you dogs just like this who don't know what you're trying to train them to do. There's a lot of people out there show you a fully trained dog already. They're not showing you the process. We're going to show you the process. So again, he doesn't know how to walk on a leash. We gave a little bit of prep work. Now we're moving into step 3 to start actually putting it all together. And the best way I can explain this to you all, yin and yang. If you do a good job, you're next to me, paying attention to me, you get paid. If you're out in front, not paying attention to me, there's rules to this game, and I am going to slowly but surely start to deliver those mild little corrections with direction to say, hey man, you're messing up, you're out of bounds, you're offsides, there's a foul, stop, come back, get back where you're supposed to be. So that's gonna start now, and it starts with this technique called the corrective U-turn. He's out front, not paying attention. We have to do it only at this moment when he's not looking, have a little bit of slack in the line, and then turn and go the other way. Then we mark and we pay. Now bear with me as we do that, because we have to do a few of them for it to sink in. How many? Like 3 to 5. And we're gonna start off real gentle. He's actually a softer dog, so we're gonna take it easy on him. So we'll start easy and we'll amp it up from there as we need to. Once again, only when he's not paying attention, it's not hard, he's not paying much attention, we turn and go the other way. We don't sweet talk him, we don't baby talk him, we don't prep him, we don't go, hey, we're gonna turn. No mother henning. You simply quietly as you can, turn and go the other way. Got to catch them when they're not looking. Why is this important? And we'll slide over here just to get a different shot. Why is this important? Because the whole purpose is to let them know when you're not looking at me, if you're not looking at me, I'm a little crazy. I'm gonna change directions. I'm gonna stop, and if you're not paying attention, you're gonna run out of leash, and when you do, it's not a pleasant feeling. The only way you can avoid that feeling in the future is to, guess what? Pay attention. So you'll see him start to cheat a little bit and check back on me. You'll see him kind of like, hey, are you gonna turn? If he's looking at me or looking at you, do not do the maneuver. Has to happen when he's not looking, which now is the perfect time. Oh, not now, not great. All right, now we're gonna amp it up a little bit, because you shouldn't be out here doing this 30, 40, 50 times. Told you, we're gonna get this over with. So we gave him a couple of little primers, kind of set the tone, and look already, what are we, about 3 or 4? That's the difference. But I'm not saying it's perfect. See, he's peeking me now. So now I have to find a way. I might need to do one more corrective U-turn, or we're gonna go into the next phase, which is the sudden stop. I'll do one more corrective. You see how he's peeking me now? It makes the game a little harder. Good boy. Now you might see him go like, oh, that didn't feel good. Yeah, no shit, it doesn't feel good. So stop doing it, stop getting out front. All right, now, look at that difference. This is really what I wanna highlight. Corrective U-turns, around 3 to 5 will get your dog from 6 feet out to like 1 or 2 feet out. It's exactly where he is. He's positioning himself there so he can keep an eye on me, and if I turn, he can catch the turn and turn with me to avoid running out of leash. So what we're gonna do now is employ the next part, which is the sudden stop pop. Now, when we do it suddenly, it's not like as fast as you can. It's sudden because it's quiet, it's sneaky, like a little ninja. He's not gonna know. He's like, I'm trying to pay attention to you, but he wants to pay just enough attention to see if I U-turn, but he's not gonna be paying enough attention to see me stop on this line. And if I stop and he doesn't stop, a little bit of pressure comes on. It's the same concept. While you were out sniffing, I stopped. You ran out of leash, you felt a pop. He goes, wow, what caused that? Oh, the asshole holding the leash stopped. I should pay attention to him. He's prone to stop sometimes. And when he stops, he gets paid. This, once again, only takes a few. You're gonna see a huge difference in the next, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 stop and pops. I'm gonna purposely stop on a line. What I want him to eventually do is not go over the line. That should happen, 2, 3, 4 reps. Let's see what happens. Okay. You see him checking in now? Do you remember earlier in the video, we had like 0% of his attention? We now have probably at least 50-50, and now he's cheated himself back to go, wait a second, I gotta watch this guy. Little distraction there. I stop, he goes over, almost went over the line, so I gave him just a little check. Now, we can start to introduce a leash pressure sit, might as well. When I stop, might as well auto sit, like a pro. And I wanna recap. Earlier on when we brought him out, I can't take this puppy anywhere like that. He's out of control. He's at the end of the leash, not paying attention. I have no control. We start doing this, literally one session, one walk, world of difference. Once we have this dialed in, now I can start to take him places and have him under control. You don't need much, you just need a dog paying attention to you, walking with you, stopping when you stop, and sitting when you ask them to sit. If you got that, which 99.9% of you don't, because I see all out there in the real world, your dog's out of control. It's that easy. What are we at, the 10, 12 minute mark with all the yapping? All right, now we're gonna get another one in, just looking for spots on the ground, but I'm mostly looking to see when is he not paying attention. And when he's not, just like that, I catch him. On a scale of 1 through 10, I've still barely used a 1, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but come over here, Spider, and pay attention here. I have him double hooked. So he's hooked to the prong collar, and he's also hooked to the martingale, which makes the prong collar about half as powerful. I don't need full power. He's a little baby. If he was older and bigger, we're probably gonna go single hooked, full power, and the corrections are gonna be harder as needed. Your mileage will vary depending upon not just the breed of your dog, not just the age of your dog, not just the size of your dog, but really the temperament of your dog. Is it softer? Is it harder? Where is it at? Now, look where homeboy's walking. That might be the end of the corrections today. Now we're just gonna pay for being in position. This is what we call balanced training. We would love to use treats to solve every problem, but it ain't gonna solve every problem. I don't wanna be throwing treats out in front of him when he's doing things he's not supposed to be doing, which is out front, not paying attention. We're gonna trim the fat. Stop doing that. I got something better for you. Be here. Look at the leash. It looks like magic. I was still impressed with me to this day. I hope you guys are impressed. It's that simple. I'll recap for you. Show the dog if you're next to me, it pays to be a winner. Step 2, prepare the dog for the inevitable correction that's gonna come by very mildly tapping the leash towards you, walking or running backwards, getting them to you, and paying them when they get there. That's the preparation for the future correction. Then begins the true process, which again, you can skip step 1 and 2 and just go right into, if you are out in front of me, I will bust a U-turn if you are not paying attention. But this is where everyone gets it wrong. I might as well help you all with this now, so I don't have no complaints later, anybody saying this doesn't work. This works with every dog of every age, of every temperament, of every breed. I promise you, this has never not worked. All I recommend to you all is continue to watch our videos on YouTube, subscribe. If you want to dive deeper on this topic, if you want to learn how to use the leash to its fullest potential, how to use food to its fullest potential, how to use the e-collar on your dog to get off leash, get this same level of walking next to you but with no leash, which is not ready for it yet, then I highly recommend you check out our suite of amazing online courses available at DIYK9.com. Industry leading, 100% guaranteed to work or your money back. That's how good they are. So post in the comments below when you do this with your dog or puppy, where you're from, kind of the age, breed, temperament of your dog, how many reps it took, how long it took, and what your results were. We love getting your feedback. We read each and every comment. So this is it. Look where we started. Look where we're at in however long it took to explain all of that to you. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in one of our next videos. Good boy, Bubba. You did good.